So I was trying to differentiate between being a living thing and a human being. So today I want to be talking about one thing you must never neglect as a human, and why. So we have so many living things in human form, but we have few human beings. How? Why? Now, going by the characteristics of living things, we have the Mr. Niger D. And every living thing is said to have these characteristics, these features. If you have these features, then you meet the criteria of a living thing. We have movement, we have respiration, we have nutrition, we have irritability, we have growth, we have excretion, we have reproduction, and we have death. Every living thing must have these characteristics. So now, plants are living things. Animals are living things. Humans are living things. See, every living thing have these characteristics. They move. They have a way they take in nutrients. They have a way they reproduce. They have a way they excrete. Every living thing grows. So what then makes human to be peculiar? If every living thing has same characteristics, what then makes human to be peculiar, to be different from plants, to be different from animals? That is what I want to talk about in today's edition of Real Life with Lady J. One thing every human should never neglect, and why? Growth. You see, growth is what makes human peculiar. Growth is what makes human different. Growth is what makes human unique from animals, from plants, even if we are all living things. Why and how? So when I'm talking about growth now, I'm not talking about physical growth. No. Because definitely every living thing grows because it's part of the characteristics of living things. The growth of a man is in 3 dimensions. We have the physical growth, we have the mental growth, and we have the spiritual growth. So the physical growth is out of it now, because going by the characteristics of living things, every living thing grows. If an animal should give birth to its kind, that animal giving birth to, with time, you will discover that that animal grows. That's normal physical growth. You see a plant. When you plant cassava, you plant a stem. With time, you discover that that begins to grow. Same with plantain and any other crop. So plant grows. Flower grows. Animal growth is just a normal physical growth because they are living things. So every living thing grows. So that is not what makes man peculiar. Physical growth is a normal thing. So what is that thing that makes man peculiar from every other living things? Mental growth and spiritual growth. That's what makes man peculiar. Now let's look at mental growth. And this is where the importance of education comes in now. One thing every living thing that calls itself a human must never neglect: education. Some people, when you talk about education, they just think of school, they think of book, they think of biro. Yes, they are all related. Book, pen, school. But education is not all about school. It's not all about the book and the pen. It is about enlightenment. It is about knowledge. That is why we have the formal and we have the informal. So as a child is growing up, that which the child is being taught, what to do and how to do it, that which the child is being socialized into. When you are socializing the child, it means you are educating the child. that is under the informal. So education is very, very important in the life of a man because it stirs growth. Growth is an essential part of life and living. It is very, very important. And growth, real growth, is not possible. I'm not talking about the physical growth now. I'm talking about the growth that brings about productivity. I'm talking about the growth that brings about peculiarity. I'm talking about the growth that brings about you impacting. Because that's what makes you a human being. Growth is only possible through education. Growth is only possible through education. You cannot grow real growth without education. Education has to do with the learning, the process of learning. It's a process. It's a process of learning skills. It's a process of equipping yourself with knowledge, acquiring knowledge. That's education. So it doesn't necessarily mean you must be in a classroom. No. It doesn't necessarily mean you must have a book and a pen. No. In as much as you are learning something that will bring about positive changes in your life, it means you are going through the process of education. So education is very important because it stirs up growth. And once you are growing, it means that you will actually function effectively as a human being. You don't just have the characteristics of living things, but you are also a human because of growth. Not just physical growth, mental growth, because that's what makes a difference. Mental growth. Physical growth is good, yes. Physical growth is good. But aside physical growth, what makes a difference? The mental growth. Mental growth, spiritual growth. All of them, they fall into education. Because the Bible we are reading for us to be acquainted with religious beliefs and know more things about different practices and doctrines. All of them, they are still parts of acquiring knowledge. So whatever that has to do with acquiring knowledge and learning is education, and it stirs up growth. So it is very, very important. So in a nutshell, anyone can be living on the basis of the criteria of the characteristics of living things. But a human being is one who grows and impacts lives, causing happiness to other fellow humans through their existence on earth. That's a human being. One who causes happiness to others. One who impacts lives through their existence. So it's not a matter of I am living. No. It's not a matter of I move, I breathe, I eat, I excrete. No. It's not a matter of that. It's a matter of how much happiness are you causing in the life of someone else? How much impact are you creating in the life of someone else? Your existence, what is it bringing? That is what we should ask ourselves. Education is one thing we should not neglect. Somebody will say, I'm not going to school. If you don't want to go to school, you can learn. We should not deprive ourselves of knowledge because we don't want to go to school. There are other things you can learn. You can learn skill. You can learn, you can read even in the comfort of your home and learn things. Get educated. Grow. So your existence on earth will be noticed and will actually cause something positive in the life of another person. So it is very, very essential for us to know this. That's just what I want to share. Happy Easter! Please, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, subscribe to this channel, like, share, and live a peaceful life. Understand life, love life, so you can live life. This is still Real Life with Lady J. God bless you.